Hey everyone!
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Sabi podcast. I'm your co-host, SwitOpe.
And you can just call me Chydee.
So cool, calm,
Chydee,
collected.
you know, that's how we roll, That's how we roll,
How's your weekend?
It was calm. I was basically grounded because they had to go fix the AC in my car, so and
So did she come over?
no, she didn't.
Why?
Sadly, she's not around.
Where did she go? Talk to me.
I can't talk to you.
Okay, we're not alone today, guys. We have a very, very special person.
VVIP, not VIP. VVIP.
Very, very important
personality
in our midst today.
Yes.
We are privileged
Brethren.
to have him.
Brethren.
We've got the one,
The only.
the only, J on air.
Drum roll.
Appreciation. Madam CEO.
Hello there. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to have you here.
All right, so for those of you that don't know, Joseph Onolapo, aka J on Air, is a media presenter,
Sure.
a content creator,
Sounds a lot.
an event host,
That's me.
on-air host
That's me.
at 88.5 UFM.
Sounds a lot.
All right, Joseph, you're welcome.
Jack of many trades,
Thank
master
you.
of many of them. Amazing stuff.
Thank
So
you
should we
guys.
call you Joseph or J?
John, that is the one that is bringing money. Joseph is not bringing money.
Joseph is a dreamer.
Yeah.
Jay on air is a doer.
I'm still
Wisdom. All right, guys, without wasting any more time, let's go straight into the question. Hey, everyone. So I am a newbie in this content creation thing, but it feels like I'm doing everything wrong.
All the best to you.
Hey, God.
I'm sorry.
I learned how to use CapCut and Reels and even TikTok so I can make skits and videos. But it seems like no matter how much effort I put into it, my videos don't get to people. Sometimes I get as little as just 5 likes on a video. I've had to delete the last 2 because nobody engaged. Do you have any advice for me on how to go about content creation? I feel like I'm stuck. This is where the master comes in, the emperor, the conqueror, the champion.
I really don't like you. But you stick to everything. To be honest, yeah. First of all, I just want to say I'm so sorry you're going through what you're going through. And I feel like the answer I'm going to give might not necessarily be what you are hoping to hear. Because the truth is that when you start creating, you said you are new to the content creation. Yeah, newbie, my dear. People may not engage or will not engage the first few videos that you put out. In fact, the first 50 videos may not get the kind of engagement you want. So I remember putting out content a lot. I started creating content on TikTok, and this was me lip syncing. And I was just doing it, at that time in my life because I was sad, I was depressed, and out of a job. And then I was just putting out content there. And it was just my friends until it became a thing. But even at that, I was not still getting the kind of engagement I was getting. In fact, some people say, "Oh, Jay, you've blown," but I did not start getting Twitter attention till last year, late last year. Yeah, so I was sort of big on Instagram, I was sort of big on YouTube, big on every other platform, but Twitter was just so hard to crack. I would post a video that has 100k views on Instagram, will have like 200 views. and
Twitter is brutal.
And it's SwitOpe with 5 comments. Jay, you are the best. I love you. I'm like, thank you, my sister.
We rise by lifting
My dear. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, what I would say is you just have to keep on doing what you're doing. I know I know that answer may not be the best answer, but you just have to keep on doing it. So I did not start getting attention until like 2 years after I'd started making content.
Man,
that's hard.
2 whole years.
Yes.
Do you know what it means to constantly put out content?
2 years.
2 years.
Bruh.
2 years.
At least once a week,
Yeah.
at the very least.
Yeah.
That's 52 content.
Yeah.
Multiply by 2.
Yeah. And my content is costumes are heavily involved.
Yeah.
So with whether I'm making a male character, a female character, it involves, costuming, wearing this and wearing that because I believe that you are acting to carry that. So it's a lot of work. So imagine putting all that work and you just get 20 likes.
Hey.
Bruh. It's
Well, I
very
mean, it's
discouraging,
happened to some of us. It happened to some of us. So how do you feel sometimes, Chydee? I mean, you are not, say, okay, content creator per se, but sometimes when you put out videos and, nobody engages it, do you ever take it down?
I mean, I actually started as a content creator. I mean, of course, it's not just visual content that you could call content. Sometimes it's the things you write, things you create and all that. I know I started a blog back in the day. Back when blogging was not news. We used to tell personal stories and stuff. And then you write this amazing story and then people don't exactly read. But at the end of the day, what he said is fact. Consistency is, and not getting discouraged, because here's the truth. The truth that you might also not want to hear.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that you will never blow. I didn't always want to, and that's the truth. I didn't always want to. I currently work in brand marketing. Yeah. Ask me what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a rapper.
Bam. Please spit on the bar. Spit.
I'm not going to spit.
Please now.
I'm not going
spit
to
on the bar. Spit on the mic now.
I'll do like that man.
Try. Just give me two.
No.
Please.
So,
now.
I
No,
feel like
Jack,
that those purple lines.
We are
Big
Big Daddy.
in Baganda.
So I think sometimes it's also realizing that maybe this thing is not what you're supposed to do. That's a completely different answer. But if you're convinced that this is what you want to do, and you believe that you're good, and people who can tell you the truth have told you that you're good, just keep on trying. What's the worst that will happen? It doesn't work out and then you move on to something else. Yeah. So I wasn't always, I mean, right now I've slowed down. There was a time I was pretty popular, for the content I create and everything. Right now I'm all about chasing the bag and, trying to build and everything.
Yeah?
Did she say I'm the woman?
Why did she just randomly say that the women?
Sorry, why did you even hear this?
I'll come back. Okwe 1, Chydee 0. I will come back to you. So sometimes you get discouraged when you put out stuff and people don't engage. Even now, I post on Instagram every now and then, and sometimes you do all those, make all this effort creating a video, like you travel and you make it real, and then people are not engaging. They don't like my face, but these videos are fine, no?
Yeah.
Babes are sending it to your DM and saying, bro, I want to take you out. I post it on the comment section. Don't
Why are you
come
not
to
writing it there? I feel like that's another conversation.
don't put it, engage, share it on your stories, shoot your shot in public. Not posting it in my, so I know that these things are fine. These things are actually well done. People like them. So why are you guys not engaging, right? So it's if you want to make a career out of it, it could be depressing. I don't care anymore, because whether you like my post or not, I'm not getting paid through social media.
Yeah.
But if it's something you want to do as a career, it might be very, very hard. So I understand where he's coming from. He or she is coming. I'm not sure what the gender of the person is. I understand what they are coming from. So I forgot we had like a non-binary, whatever. So whatever it is, just keep on doing. Consistency pays. At some points, by the grace of God, if you serve God, if you believe in all that, by the grace of God, you'll make it someday.
I just want to quickly add that, this year we had the Golden Globe Awards, and a lot of the winners were people that had been in the industry for years. So Michelle Yeoh, who is 60 this year, won her first Golden Globe ever.
My baby,
I
love her.
She has been in the industry for 40 years.
Jesus Christ.
Angela, and I'm not saying, sometimes when I tell you, they're like, man, I don't want to be winning my own awards at 60. But I'm just saying that, what's her name? Angela Bassett, 64, won a second Golden Globe. The last one she won was in 1998.
Are you serious?
And she has been, my dear, let's not go there. And then she has been asked, Jennifer Coolidge, you understand, what everybody loves. Another, also 60-something, won her first Golden Globe. You
so
understand?
This is the year of the oldies,
So I'm not imagining if Michelle Yeoh, the days where she felt down and she wasn't getting, I'm a minority, let me just give on this acting thing, I'm Asian, let me just do something else. She stuck to it, and now she's getting, and people are saying she might eventually win the Oscar this year. You understand? So imagine if she had given up. So again, I like what he said about if you're sure that this is what you really want to do. Because there's a problem if you are not great at it and you are consistently doing nonsense. That's a problem.
I mean, it can work out though. Some people are celebrities today from the nonsense they're doing.
There's that part.
I'm not going to say anything about some people
I'm
who are
going to
drinking,
keep quiet.
Potable water.
For me, I'll just hold on to that part he or she said. I've had to delete. Whatever you do not take down, except you see maybe if it's a lip sync video, for example, your voice is not matching, or you just see some irregularity or something. But if you think because people are not liking or people are not commenting, you want to take, let that be the least reason you will take down your content. Tomorrow you can wake up to 1,000,001 notifications and you will not know what pushed that content. You won't know.
True.
Today now you post it at 10. Before you sleep, maybe just 5 likes, 5 comments, and then in the morning you will not know how that video will go up. Otilo, you won't know. So whatever you do, for whatever reason, as long as it's not that maybe algorithm or something is messing with you, although they said that is even a myth, do not take down your video for any reason. Don't. It's even documenting your progress, you know. I watched my first video and I'm like, what is this? Who is this? I literally used my phone touch to make that video. So imagine I deleted it and then people are just saying, how did you start? I don't have anything to present.
What is Nolisky saying in that song? I left them post on my Instagram so they will know there was a turning point. Do you understand? So he was saying, even though I'm not sure, I think he has deleted it. But you know, the point is that he left those points where he didn't look like what he looks like right now. So that people know that there was progress. Exactly, not be today. Do you understand? I remember my first video that was posted on Chydee and SwitOpe page. It was not even the one people were talking about. I think he scrolled all the way down
and picked his
favorite. I said, this is the one I like. And then posted it. And that gave me how many followers. So, I mean, just leave it there. You know, I remember the days of making videos on my blue wall. And then it changed to my white wall. And then from my iPhone 6 Plus, I think
you will see the
progress is great. It's just great to go back and say, wow, I did that.
Crazy. How long have you done this for?
I've done this for about 3-4 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why did you start?
Why did I start? I mean, I look, you said it. I was depressed. I was out of a job. Radio had been my life. I knew that, I just wanted to do radio, everything. So I'd done radio. I'd finished school in Ondo State. I was like the king there. But, you know, I did radio. I was that person that would intern and then they would say, you're so talented. You speak so well. We'll give you a job. I thought I was going to be the same thing in Lagos. I didn't know. But everybody's a celebrity in Lagos.
Everybody's talented.
Everybody's talented. So I came to Lagos. They're like, who are you? Go and sit down somewhere. So I did not get the jobs I wanted to get. I was a PA for really terrible. Let's not go into that. I did all sorts of jobs. So a lot of the content I make today, I actually experienced. I've worked with those kinds of people. So I appreciate them because they've sort of made me who I am with the experiences I had with them. You know, till eventually I got a job that started paying me something. And then I just, stuck with it. And then I started creating content because I wasn't making content for people. So I think that one of the reasons I'm not so moved by likes is because I started making content for myself.
Bless you.
You know,
I'll talk about this thing you just said.
So I was sad. I was going through something, and everybody was making TikTok. I think it was Yabo just TikTok I saw, and I just saw that this is an accomplished actress. She was just having fun. She didn't need to do it. So I was like, So that was somewhat my therapy. So I would look for sounds and just want to recreate them. So we low fine. So I was just making those videos, and then it sort of helped me. Yeah. And then I started making my own original content. I was like, this could actually be something, and that's how it progressed for me.
Yeah. So the thing about creating for yourself is also like, what I mentioned earlier. When you get to a point when you don't need it, you don't need to do it, but you're doing it because you enjoy it. I think that would be a turning point in how you see these things. I mean, again, I know it takes a lot to get to that realization. Iyabo, for example, she doesn't have to do it. But I promise you that she has made a shitload of money from
it.
Yeah. But she was doing her acting, making her good money, endorsements and everything. But TikTok, she's like the queen of TikTok when you talk about actual proper celebrities, right? And I know that at least we, from our agency and stuff, we've paid her some money to do stuff before. So
I know.
Now imagine the ones that we don't. Now we are basically begging her to collect money that can feed me for yeah. So when you get to that point where it is not your all and all, it is just something you want to do for content. Content is a profession. Let's not kid. For some people, it's a profession. But to be honest, the best type of content is the content that you create just because you're having fun. You cannot bottle virality. It is those crazy, those very stupid things that you just be so, this thing did not take time. I didn't think about it. There was no effort or anything. And then it, boom, went viral. And then it becomes that thing that, turns into a turning point. I mean, look at the number one content creator, Kabi Lami. It was just joking and having fun during the pandemic.
Without saying a word.
And then today, without even saying a word, today is like, highest speed and everything. So if you can get to a point where you have other options and content is like option 2. When content blows, you can make it your primary thing.
Yeah.
But until content blows, please, I would advise you from the bottom of my heart, it might not work out for you.
Get something.
It is not a curse. It is not swear. It might not work out for you. Let it be your option B. If it blows, brah, push it up to option 1 because content money damn die.
Because you need to, that source of income is important. Because I
Very
remember
important.
that while I was doing my content, I didn't have a job. I was selling thrift. So I'll go to Yaba, I buy shorts. I was like the shorts blog on Twitter for a while.
You're selling thrift.
I was selling
I want to hear
thrift.
this story, but
I was selling thrift. That's what I was doing. And, you know, because I remember I wanted to buy thrift one time and then it was ridiculously expensive. I'm like, sis, you obviously went to Yaba to buy this shirt. Why are you selling it for 7,000? So I wanted to sell for cheaper prices. And so that was what I was doing to make money. So I feel like you need to realize that you have rent to pay. You need to eat. You understand? And content will not start paying
immediately.
Yep.
Do you understand? It will not. So you need to figure that part out.
Thank you so much for the wise words, Jay. Just tell us a little more about your process. How did you come up with your skits? I mean,
I personally want to learn from this.
He said because he worked with some people.
Yeah.
You were an executive assistant. You know that's a funky word for PA.
PA.
So is that where you got all your? Is that where you get all your inspiration from?
Not all my inspiration. I think that my inspiration is like a conglomeration of all my experiences. So I remember one of my first viral characters. It was Chydee, a secondary school girl that was like the bad bee in school, so that nobody could talk to. And I remember that in secondary school, there were a couple of girls like that. And I just said, let me recreate this character. So I think that my mind has a way, and I'm just grateful to God, because I feel like my mind has a way of picking on things that people don't consider, that people would not look twice at.
Yeah.
So like one of the videos I put out recently that went viral was the girl, how, you know, some people act when they have like a surprise birthday party, and they just enter, whoa, what are you guys doing here? I did not. So, and people could relate to that.
Yes.
Because so the things that my mind picks. So while I'm here, I'm listening to the podcast, I'm talking to you guys. My mind is just picking on things, and I know that it's not. It's something that I think is inbuilt because my mind just picks on these things. I could be sleeping and just it just brings it out that, oh, do you remember when you were on the bus, or when you were here, or when you were there, or when you walked with this person, when you walked with that person? And that's how my creative process just works. So I pick on these things, it stores there. For some of them, I write them down. Then I say, oh, I want to put out this content at the time. What costume is going to work for this particular character? And that's it. So
basically, you write out a script?
No, I don't write out a script. I just write out the general idea.
Okay.
So even when I started radio, I'm not the best with scripting.
Okay.
I like to go off the cuff. It just works for me. So I just know the key things I want to say, you know.
So all those lines are from your head?
Yeah. Actually.
Interesting.
I know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
So is there a particular kind of equipment you're invested in? Like maybe what you use? Or just a normal phone, tripod?
On is ring light. That my one of if I just say, I really like your concert. Can I send you ring light? I said, my dear, I cannot say no. Send. You know, and then I just upgraded my phone. But I'm in 2023. I'm actually trying to invest in a camera. I want to have more crisp content, camera, micro. I feel like I've gotten to that level.
Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten comfortable because brands don't even stress. They're like, we want
anyone you give us.
It's gonna be viral, you know. Anyway, so whether I use your phone or not. But I feel like to ask for certain kinds of money and to work for certain kinds of brands, you know, you have to use certain kinds of equipment. You understand? I was watching. There's somebody I really like, Elozonam.
Yeah.
You know, I like how crisp his content is. It's really crisp. You understand? And sometimes when he makes videos and they don't go viral, I'm always angry. I'm like, why? This video is really good. So Elozonam, if you watch this podcast, shout out to you. Yeah. So I feel like that's one person that I just like the quality of what he does.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Why is he laughing?
Because Elozonam's best is here.
Elozonam's best is here. Oh, shout out to Elozonam. Make I borrow your camera.
So Jay, you recently trended on Twitter.
I did.
And not because of, not because people necessarily loved the skit. So some people came for you and said, hey, why are you always imitating women? Blah, blah, blah. How did that make you feel? Considering the fact that, most of your content are about women.
how did that make me feel? So the truth is that when I started making content,
before,
because of the kinds of people I followed, I used to send some of my videos to some of my female friends. What do you think about this video? Does this make you feel any kind of way? Yeah, I used to do that, especially when I wanted to break through on Twitter, because Twitter was just so hard. And it's important to me. So if you watch any of my videos, it's important to me that I don't make a mockery. So I call my comedy observational comedy. I don't try to exaggerate. Do you understand? I don't try to make a mockery of. So I will not joke with things like rape. Makes no sense to me. I will not joke with things like abuse or a woman losing some. No, I'm not going to do that. But I'm trying to recreate something that already happens. Do you understand? That's what I tried to do. So when I made that video, and it was just I made it in my friend's house. I didn't go extra with costumes. It was just mothers preparing their children for school. And somehow the video made its way to Black American Twitter. And then those women just came for me. Why are your fathers? Are you father? I say, Baba me. 8-year-old man in the cage arrested. He doesn't even know this is what I'm doing. Why don't you leave him out of this conversation? But I went back to watch the video and I tried to make sure that I wasn't making fun of anybody's experience. And then when I woke up the next day, Nigerians were, going for Black American. What's the problem? Our experiences are different, yada, yada, yada. I also asked a couple of my friends. So, yes, it did make me feel bad for like a split a few minutes. Do you understand? But again, since that video, I've not had less than 10K on views on any Twitter video.
So not sometimes bad publicity is
bad publicity.
Yeah.
No publicity is
because some of those women,
sometimes,
some found it interesting and then followed me. Yes, some Nigerians that live abroad in diaspora saw the videos because of that. Let me go and check through. Oh, this guy is actually funny. Do you understand? And then went through. I remember making a male character video like 2 days after that video. And then women were sending me messages on Instagram. I hope it's not because of those Black American characters. You are not giving us this male character. Because I can remember when last you gave us a male character. Don't go and change, Joe. Be yourself. Be who you are. I'm like, it's okay. So the thing is that it's just because a lot of the experiences I've had are with women. I'm just being honest. It's just my experiences. If I had a lot more experiences with men, I will make those characters. So that's why you see, like today I put out a character about a pastor. Because I've experienced that. It's a male character. So it's my experiences that I try to put out there. Do you get? So I would never make content to diminish anybody or make a mockery of people.
And content that comes from within is like the best content because this it's very relatable. It's relatable to you. It's relatable to a lot of people in that community that you're talking to. So what the hell? Why can't you do it? I mean, I think I saw that post and I was like, somebody said it's like men create comedy while dressing like women, and I'm like, bruh, the top female comedians in Nigeria are known for doing them parodies around men. What are you guys saying? It's not even a gender
I don't think it held much water. I don't, because some of my alpha posts, some people say, see, talk by now. Nobody will say, she's dressing like a man. All of you are laughing, and it's that one person that people now attack like. Leave it like that. When men are dressing like women, and you're just confused, like
bruh, what side am I on?
I'm just here.
That makes you do. That makes you do. I don't know where this conversation they carry me go.
All right. So, still speaking about deleting video. According to this question, Jay, do you actually think he should delete the videos?
I don't think you should delete the videos.
I mean, you've answered before for progress sake and all that, but say. Because if he doesn't get the number of likes that he really wants, do you think he should take that video?
Don't.
Because now I feel like I'm being insensitive. But
I have a slightly different view, but yeah, go ahead.
Don't take down the video. So when I crossed, so for me, that video, I've deleted a video. I deleted a video sometime last year, and just because, and this is not to brag, I know the kinds of likes that I get on my Instagram. So when I got 200 likes, I said, this cannot be. You understand? So
there's
sometimes,
something wrong.
So the thing with Instagram is that you also have to be careful. The algorithm sometimes acts funny. You understand? So I posted that video. Nobody actually saw it. I went back to it. I saw maybe like 500 likes. I deleted it and posted it again.
That same hour or later on?
Later on. And then it got, a lot of likes. Target audience. So I think that again, you need to study the time that you post. No times that work for you. And I think because I've been doing this for a while, and so I've been able to garner that community. So I know that there are certain things I'll put that people will still like. at least I'll say 5,000 likes. Do you understand? Even if the video is not that great. Do you get? I've been able to study to that extent. But if you're someone that is brand new, you just have to keep putting it out there. Do you understand? And hope for the best. And don't stick to one platform. You know, put it on Instagram, put it on TikTok, put it on Twitter, put it on Facebook, put it on YouTube. You never know where the blowing is going to come from. Just put it everywhere.
You have your theory.
Oh yeah. So I feel like, I mean, you kind of answered, kind of said what I wanted to say. There's a standard you've set for yourself, and even as an upcoming person, even it's like a beggar has no choice, right? But even as an upcoming person, you should also know that this thing is not doing as well as the other ones. And the thing about content, from in my experiences, sometimes if people see that people are engaging with something, they're more likely going to engage with it.
Yes.
So if they're not engaging with it, something is wrong. I am more likely to watch a video because it has 1 million views. I'm like, why are so many people watching it? Then I want to watch it. Right? But if it has like 100 views,
You move on to the next one.
move on to the next one, because if this guy who has like 50k followers has 100 views, then probably it's not important and stuff. So sometimes you might, again, think about it. Look at it very well. Try to understand why it's not getting all that view. Try to understand the kind of impact it will have staying on your page or going off, which has a better look, right? It's a very competitive space now. You want to look good. You want to look good as much as possible. That's why some people also remove likes, remove number of likes, because even top people do it.
Yes.
When they post from Tunde not to Temis,
Liked by
sometimes
Chydee
when it doesn't get very well,
others.
when it doesn't get that much, you just remove the like. It's not like this is not the average. They take out that thing. So sometimes you want to look good, right? Sometimes you want to project you want to create a certain impression. So but just don't delete. Think about why you're deleting. Understand why you're deleting. Understand that sometimes deleting might be good for what you want to do at that particular time. But like Jay said, it is even better that you have all that and you trust the process. And then one day, go back to the process and say, man, I used to get 10 likes
before.
Look at me today.
Wow. Thank you so much, my wise man. All right, so this is the part where I ask a few questions. What are your top tips for creating content that stands out from the rest?
My top tips for creating content.
Yeah, please.
My top tips. My top tips. I like how you said it. I'm sorry, is that you have to make content that is original to you. And here's the story I'm going to give. When I started making content for TikTok, somebody said you need to have one character. Now, if you notice, I have a lot of viral characters. I have multiple characters. Someone said you need to have one character. I said, why? Steve Chooks has Madam Good. Talma has the person, the slapping person. You understand? You need to have one character. And my idea, because I look, feel like I'm an actor. And I want to recreate different kinds of people and different kinds of experiences. So I don't want to have one character. I don't want you to box me. So, and that person was someone that was big in the space. I said, no, I'm going to stick to what I want to do. It took me a while, you understand? But I got there. That same person eventually brought deals my way. After saying stick to one character. So if I had done something that was not original to me, I would be following footsteps of people that were doing things original to them. They know their story, they know their process, and we cannot all have the same stories. We cannot all have the same processes. Do you understand? And that is why today I have my people that know me, or for my original character that I create. Do you understand? So that is the most important thing that I would say. I watch everybody be inspired by people, but don't copy people. Do you understand? And even if you want to copy, there's a way you can tweak it. Yeah. Even in school, if you are copying somebody, don't copy word for word. Exactly. You put, if they say you say is you understand? So you should create content that is original to you. And I think that's the most important thing for me. The second thing would be stay consistent what you're doing. Yeah. You just have to stay consistent. Because you really don't know what's going to happen if you don't stay consistent. You don't know where it's going to go. You understand? So stay consistent in what you're doing, and be original. I think those are 2 things I'm just going to say.
All right. Thank you so much for that wise tip.
So
what has been the biggest challenge for you? I mean, you've blown now. You can't say challenges will just automatically disappear.
No.
So what has been the biggest challenge?
I think the biggest challenge is letting go of a viral moment.
Interesting.
Please shed more
Shed-
light.
And I could have said any other thing, but I feel like I want to say that because a lot of the time, a lot of us feel we get a viral video
Yeah.
and then there are two things that could happen. You feel like I'm going to arrive,
Yeah.
or there's that pressure. What am I going to make
Do next. Yeah.
What am I going to do next? You make a video, Yaba left posted you, today not posted you, this one posted you. What am I going to do next? And I had to get to a point where I had to call myself. I said, Jay on there, sit down here. You did not start making videos because of those viral moments. Those viral moments are just things that happen along the way. You have to keep on creating. Just keep on creating. Stick to the process. You understand? Keep creating. So I think virality can be a problem for people. You can have one viral video and that could be the end. We've seen artists have one huge song and that was the end. It can happen to creators as well.
God, I beg.
Exactly. It's a God I beg thing, and that is why you cannot be moved by that viral moment. Be grateful to God if you're a Christian or Muslim. Thank God. Appreciate people that flood your DMs. You understand, but realize that in a day or two,
They've moved on to
they've
the
moved
next
on.
best thing.
Yes, there's a video I posted yesterday that Abale posted today. I was getting like 100 comments, 100 comments, 100 comments, 100 comments, 100 comments, 100 followers, 100 followers. That's from yesterday into today. And I want to use this as an example. I got here, as I came down from the car, I checked the video again. The 100 comments reduced to like 50 comments. I'm still getting a lot, but it's reducing. By tomorrow, 20, 10. I'm grateful that that's happening, but you need to realize that viral moments don't last. What are you going to do next? Now, I'm not saying put yourself under pressure, but realize that. Be grateful for that moment, but move on to the next creative thing. You understand? And move on, but don't put yourself under that pressure to have another viral moment. Just keep on making the videos you were making them before. So I think that can be a challenge that I've had, that I had to sit down and say, thank God for the viral moment, but move on, Jay. You understand? And still don't put yourself under pressure. So that's it.
That's such an amazing thing. Such an amazing. Sometimes you want to hang on to those successes and realize you're grasping at straws and everything, or you want to put yourself under pressure, like you said, and then you create nonsense. Spend a lot of money and then you still create something, and then you get depressed and everything. So yeah, create your stuff. Let's think of your content as the cake. Think of the viral moments as the cherry on top. The cherry might not. If the cherry is not there, the cake is still edible. But if the cherry is there, it makes the cake better.
I love it.
Chydee.
I know sometimes
Bars.
you have a viral moment with a particular character and you feel like this is it. I'm gonna stick to just that
This
character.
one, yeah.
But the truth about it is that life is that people get bored.
Get bored.
You might have 1, 2, 3, the 4, 5, 10 videos are great, but eventually people are gonna say, okay, what next, bro?
What next?
What
next?
So that's the thing.
All right. So before we round up, how can we build morale for upcoming content creators?
Sorry, in addition to that question, think of a young content creator, this person.
Like this person, yeah.
How do you think that person can get, like, practical steps that the person can use to get from here to there? When I say practical steps, I mean, we've done all these are the tips and everything you should do. What are they supposed to meet certain people? How did, for example, you get the attention of Tunde, not Yaba left? Because you know that sometimes these are the things that, get you from this point. Like Tunde not is like the guy who's like, he's like an incubator now. Right? If Tunde not post you, in the next 1 year, and don't just the next 1 year, you're probably buying a house or something. It's like a part.
No,
right?
no. I don't mind the Sikati side to buy land.
So how do you even get to a point? I mean, I know that in creating content, you start with your small community, but not everybody has a small community. Let's understand. Let's realize and appreciate that fact. Not everybody has like a community of friends who are able to reshare their stuff, and that's the truth. Yeah. So, or sometimes you share with them and they don't really care that much. But how do you get it to the faces of the people you want to get it to? How did you? Maybe you want to use Twitter as an example. How did you eventually crack that platform? Because I feel like you've cracked that platform now. You're not exactly extremely popular or anything, but if you post stuff on Twitter, people see it. Compared to how it was before. So practical steps for a young person.
I think TikTok is an amazing platform. TikTok doesn't send who you are. You may be a celebrity or not. There are videos that are viral of people making videos with those really bad phones. The cameras are so poor, and then there's this lady that dances. She's big, and then she dances. I was watching a video one time. I was just I didn't even look at the number of likes or how many followers. She has more followers than I have. I didn't even look at, all she does is pick out sounds and just dance on TikTok. I just went back and saw that this girl has 500K follower. She's not a professional dancer.
Yeah.
Her camera is bad. Do you understand?
She's just doing her thing.
She's just doing her thing. And people are like, and even Americans are there. She's in Nigeria here. And are like, yes, girl, go, moves. You inspire me. Energy. So she takes viral sounds and dances to them. So I think TikTok is one platform that doesn't discriminate. Well, even though people say they discriminate against black creators, I don't want to go into all of that. That's a deeper conversation. But like compared to other platforms, is a platform where you really don't need to have that small community before you go viral. Do you understand? So make use of TikTok. That's why I said before, you don't know where that moment is going to come from. So you have to post everywhere. I know YouTube is hard and you're like, I'm only having one view on YouTube, post it there. You know, I remember when you were having a conversation with me and you were like, Jay, be posting your videos on YouTube. I started posting videos on YouTube when a couple of months ago, I have over 10,000 followers on subscribers on YouTube. Crazy, man. That was a community that I was just letting go like that. Do you understand? So you need to just post it everywhere. I'm going to go back to the consistency thing. And I know that. So when I entered into 2022, I went to church and all of that. Even though I had not been to church in a while, and yada. Let's not go into there. My mom may watch this podcast. And one thing I said was that, God, you need to give me a word. And the word I had was like, you have to stay consistent, bro. The word I have for 2023 is you have to be kind to people. So I feel like for me, churches have their own things. The year of limitless something. I feel like you should have
your own personal.
Yeah. So my theme for last year was consistency. You understand? Yeah. When the likes are not there, when the encouragement is not there, when the something is not there, you have to encourage yourself. You understand? Yeah. And put the content out like that. Do you understand? And you have to, there's a part in the Bible. If somebody go to say, now me be pastor like this.
Reverend J.
Reverend, when you make a lot of this Christian content, that you say, and David encouraged himself. And that David was a king. You understand? Yeah. And he still got to a point where he had to encourage himself. Because encouragement was not found anywhere. There are times in your life where you have to encourage yourself. It's hard. Can I say as fuck?
Yeah.
Hard, digga. But you have to find ways to encourage yourself, even when it's not looking like it. So I think moving from a point A to a point B is, and don't be afraid to. Sometimes we're afraid to do certain things because we've not seen people do them before. Do you understand? You're afraid to act a set. So I remember when I started, tying gele and wearing actual makeup and doing that, I got a lot of DMs from guys that people would not expect would DM me. Say, I've always wanted to do this kind of thing, but I was just scared that, people will say, I'm like, I'm confident in who I am. You are going to say what you are going to say. I don't care. Do you understand?
I am who I am.
I am who I am. Yeah. You understand? I'm who I am. So, you need to also be, especially if you are a man. Yeah. And you're going to be making content that is female-centered with costuming and all of that. I was having a conversation with Folagade Banks. I don't know, Folagade? Yeah. And then he said he had always wanted to do this. And then he saw one of my videos. And he was like, see how this guy is just confidently. It's not concerned that people are going to say something. You understand? And he saw that I had done it for a while. I said, Mr. I can do this thing. You understand? That's how it started? And that's how it started. You understand? So he saw that I was not afraid. Being your authentic self also helps people. And I love his content so much. I'm inspired by his content. And I imagine if he did not start doing the content he's doing. Do you understand? So being your authentic self also inspires people to be their authentic self. Yeah. And I'm not at 1 million followers. I'm inspiring people. There are people that have 10,000 followers and inspiring people. There are people that have 1,000 followers and inspiring people. Yeah. Just keep on keeping on. Our stories are not the same. When you are invited for your own TED Talk, you understand? You want to have your own original story. So it's hard right now, but your story is going to be a bestseller in the future. So keep at it.
Wow, I've really learned a lot today. Haven't you, Chydee? You're quiet.
My TikTok journey has just started. I have a TikTok, but my TikTok journey has just officially started. Watch out for me.
Well, I'm watching out.
Watch out for me. A lot and from this well of wisdom.
I beg you. And the beautiful thing about TikTok is that there are so many. The tech people are there. The people that are making food are there. That are doing makeup are there.
It's an incredible platform.
Yeah. So why you... you don't have to be the funny person.
You don't.
If you are not the funny person, you understand?
Book club is there.
There's this there are this set of people that started this voice over. There's this girl that says in Ikorodu now, when she wants to go to class, she does the voicing in Yoruba. Ekaro, mo fẹ́ lọ sí class yo. Kinikan. She does it in Yoruba, and she's appealing to a set of people.
Yeah.
Imagine if somebody, I've not seen the Igbo one. Imagine if somebody else picks on the Igbo one and starts doing it. Imagine if somebody else picks on the Hausa one. And, I mean, there's content out there. There's a lot we can do. It's limitless. Do you understand? So do it. You don't know where it's gonna take you to. Just do it. Yeah.
Final words, Chydee?
Omo. So, I mean, one of the favorite things about this podcast is how now we too Sabi. But then when we come on here and we listen to people like Jay, we realize that there's a lot that we can still Sabi, right? And it's amazing. And I hope I have learned, and
I have learned as well.
There's something you said that struck me. Just do. There's somebody out there that might be inspiring by just doing. So if you feel like you have something deep inside you that you're able to share, don't think about other people. Do it for you first. You might be inspiring people while doing it. And I hope that somebody out there will be inspired to create content after listening to this. That will give me a lot of joy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Thank you,
for
Jay.
stopping by today, Jay.
Of
Thank you.
course.
Right now, I just want to go and sleep. So all these things I've heard,
Marinate.
will just enter.
Yeah.
Sinking very well.
I talk a lot. I'm going to say one more thing.
Please, you have the floor.
I have the floor
Yes,
and
so-
the chair.
Yes.
Be happy for people. Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like I need to say that. Be happy for people. And if you feel like you're in a place where you're not happy for them, so go to they bought a car.
Yeah.
I remember when I blew up before Enioluwa blew up, and Enioluwa is my friend. Yeah. Before I mean, what Enioluwa is doing, I've not done half of what he has done. Do you understand? And I remember somebody reaching out to me and saying, I don't even like his content. You know, what is it doing? It's not even as creative as you are. I said, don't be a devil.
There are people like that.
You now start hating on somebody that you don't hate. Somebody
And
that
then
is
you poison
Yeah.
your mind, your innocent mind.
Your
You're
innocent
just there
mind.
like, and then you start looking at his content too. Maybe
Yeah.
true is not even
Yeah.
funny.
And
It should be me.
you should be me. And the thing is that you don't even have to be a Christian or a Muslim or whatever. If you put bad energy into the universe, I feel like that's what you get back.
Yeah.
Be happy for people. The person bought a car. Congratulations. The person has a viral moment. You did so good. I am happy for you. What did Chimamanda said something too recently that, don't admire quietly. Don't say, I like their content, but I'm
Don't
not going
send
to
it
say
to my
it.
DM to
talk
tell me.
about
Admire
it.
in the
Don't send it to my
public.
DM
Post
to
on your
say,
stories.
"You
Yeah.
are so funny."
Comment there. Post it on Twitter.
Yeah,
Like,
so be
validate
happy.
them.
Validate them, be happy, congratulate people, even if that hate is in your chest.
Yes.
I rebuke you, hate.
Amen.
I'm going to go to that person's post and say, I'm happy for you. Congratulations. That's why you see, for me, it's important. If I follow you, I would always go under your post to say something nice.
At the very least.
The very least, this was so great. I can't imagine the work that went into this. I always say to SwitOpe, you are the lip syncing queen. Nobody does it like you. If the person is trying to give up, it inspires the person to want to do it, continue. And then people would always have your own back as well.
Yes.
People would always. I feel like one thing that made SwitOpe and I sort of have this friendship is because low key we are just encouraging each other. The first day we met, it was just the mutual admiration. Do you understand? And I feel like that's what the community needs. Nobody. Why are you hating on anybody?
This guy is.
Why? It's wide.
big,
It's
it's
so wide.
You know,
It's
just
so
do what you
wide.
are doing and be happy for people. You know.
Thank you so much, Jay. I really appreciate
Ese
you
gone,
stopping
yo.
by.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening to today's episode. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram at I2Sabi Podcast.
Make sure that you subscribe to podcast streaming platforms from Apple to Spotify to Google. Subscribe and share it with your friends as well.
All right. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, I2Sabi Podcast, as well.
And don't forget to review and rate us on all these podcasts. Jesus Christ. Don't forget to review and rate us on all these podcast streaming platforms. When you review, when you rate, you get more people to see this amazing content that we create. And I dare say that our content is amazing. So.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next episode of I2Sabi.
Looking forward to seeing you guys. You could be.
Thank you, Jay.
Peace out.